Welcome to Q&A practice. Let's start out with a little warm-up. Do a little two voice, get our fingers moving. And we'll start with the plaintiff attorney. Ready? Here we go. How long were you and your husband in the dentist's office? Approximately 15 minutes. What time was that? What time was your appointment with the doctor? Oh, close to 5:30 or 6 o'clock. Where had you been prior to going to the dentist's office? Home. Both of you? Yes. Well, he just came from work and then we got in the car and went to the dentist's office. Had you or your husband had any intoxicating beverages that you know of that particular day? No. What kind of car does your husband have? He had a Toyota station wagon. And where did he park this car prior to going to the dentist's office? He parked it by the curb facing north on Lincoln Boulevard. Were there any other cars parked there at this time? I don't remember. Now, what time do you think you left the dentist's office? Well, it was between 5:30 and 6. I'm not sure. Was it light out at the time? It was dusk. Could you still see objects such as cars and houses without any artificial lighting? I don't remember. As you left the dentist's office, what did you and your husband do? Well, we went and I got in the car. Was the car parked south of the dentist's office or north of the dentist's office? South of the dentist's office. Approximately how many feet from the dentist's office? I don't know for sure. Was it a considerable distance or a short distance? Short distance. Were there any other cars parked along the curb there when you came back? I don't remember. Were you and your husband conversing as you proceeded from the dentist's office? I don't remember that. And when you reached the car, did your husband help you in the car, or what did he do? No, he didn't. I just got in the car. Did you get in the car on the passenger side of the car? Yes. You entered from the curb side of the car? Yes. Did you notice any traffic proceeding north on Lincoln Boulevard at that time? I didn't notice. Did you notice any traffic of any kind? Well, there was traffic. Do you know which way it was going? Or were you conscious of it? The traffic was going north. And what did your husband do upon reaching the car? He started around to get in the car on the other side. Did he go in front of the car or in back of the car? He went in front of the car. What is your husband's first name? Lawrence. Did you observe your husband going in front of the car, or were you entering the car at the time? I wasn't paying attention to him. And when did you know that there had been an accident? I heard it hit. What did you hear? I just heard a thump. Where were you at the time? In the car. You were already in the car seated? Right. Had you closed the door? Yes. We have just a few more pages of the transcript we've been working on, so it'll just be a little more warm-up. Alrighty, and we will start with defense attorney. Ready? Here we go. You would estimate that 05 was also about 26,000? Yeah, it could be less. No, probably stayed about the same because I don't have as many write-offs this year for 06. Pretty close to that. You would expect 05 to be the same as well? Yeah, yes. I think that's all I have. All right, I have no further questions. Propose the stipulation that the court reporter be relieved of her obligations under the Code of Civil Procedure with respect to the signing and retention of the original transcript, and suggest in lieu thereof that the original be forwarded to counsel for the witness for safekeeping, provided he agrees to make it available for trial, law in motion, or any matter it may be requested that he will make it available to the witness. Propose the stipulation as follows. that the court reporter be relieved of her obligations under the Code of Civil Procedure as it pertains to the signing and retention of the original transcript, and suggest in lieu thereof that the original be sent to the witness's attorney for safekeeping, providing the following: that he makes it available to his client for signing under penalty of perjury within 30 days from today's date or before the trial date. All right. And number 2, he takes responsibility for notifying us of the date of signing as well as any changes or corrections thereto. Further agree to have the original transcript available upon reasonable notice at any proceeding or hearing which it may be requested. If for some reason the original is lost, destroyed, or otherwise unavailable at such time, may be required for any reason, an unsigned, certified copy may be used as the original for all purposes. It is further stipulated by and between the parties that Exhibit 1, the insurance certificate, consisting of some 35 pages plus various loose pages, shall remain in the care and custody of Mr. Buford. I have a copy here that we made during the proceeding. He agrees to keep the original available for any purpose and make it available upon request. If not, either one of us can use the copy made here today if it's relevant for some purpose or necessary for any reason. The tax returns of the witness for the years 2001 through 2002 have been copied for me. I will keep a copy of those records. The originals are being returned to Mr. Buford for safekeeping, and he has further agreed that upon reasonable request, he will make those documents available for court use, our use, or any other use which they might become necessarily relevant to this accident. I think that's it. All right, now we'll get started on a new transcript. And we will start with plaintiff attorney. Ready? Here we go. Would you state your name for the record, please? Daniel Jean Miller. Have you ever had your deposition taken before? Yes, I have. And on how many occasions? 2 times. And how long ago did you have that done? The last time was approximately 2.5 years ago. And the time before that? It was about a year prior to that. And what was the nature of the first incident? The very first one? It was a lawsuit. I was suing for part of the business. And the second occasion, about 2.5 years ago. What was that involving? That was a lawsuit against a construction company that owed me money on a project I did for them. Are you represented today by Mr. Jones? Yes, I am. And you've had the opportunity to speak with him prior to the deposition? Yes, I have. And you've had the opportunity to discuss with him the nature of a deposition? Yes, I have. I want to just describe very briefly the deposition and some understandings we need to have in order to proceed. You may be aware that we're in my library. It's somewhat informal, but you understand that you're under oath, correct? You understand that the testimony that you give today has the same force and effect as if you were in a courtroom. Do you understand that? Yes, I do. And do you understand that the testimony that you give today can be used in the courtroom? Yes, I do. If I ask you anything that is at all confusing to you, stop me and I will do my best to clarify it for you so that you only answer questions that you understand, okay? Okay. Is there any reason why you believe your deposition cannot be taken today? No. Do you understand that when we're all finished, the reporter who is to your left and my right will place the deposition in written form and you'll have a chance to review that. Do you understand that? And do you understand that you'll have the opportunity to make changes in that deposition if you so desire? Yes. And you understand that if you do make changes, either myself or any other attorney at the time of trial will have the opportunity to comment on those changes and why they were made. Do you understand that? Yes, I do. It is important that we don't talk over each other. I'll do my best to wait for you to finish your answer, and if you wait for me to finish my question, we won't get the reporter mad at us today. The other admonition is to make sure you answer audibly yes or no, or whatever, not nods of the head. The transcript doesn't adequately reflect the answer if you do that. Okay. What is your age? 39. And what is your current address? Residence address 2705 Akron, Buena Park, California 92407. What is the highest education grade you completed? 12th. And where did you go to school? Orange High School. When did you graduate? 1974. What is your current employment? Miller Rebar Incorporated. That is a corporation. That's correct. Are you the owner of any shares in that corporation? Yes, I am. And how much do you own? 50%. And who owns the other 50? Russell Miller. He is your brother. That's correct. How long have you owned your interest in Miller Rebar? Since 1977. Same with your brother. That's correct. From whom did you acquire your shares? We formed the corporation ourselves. Was there a business known as Miller Rebar prior to the formation of the corporation? No, there wasn't. What is the address of Miller Rebar? The business address 130 North Rancho, Buena Park, California 91410. Prior to your formation of the corporation, was there any business operated on those premises? Yes, there was. And what type of business was that? Reinforcing steel, construction. Did you have any interest in that business? No, I did not. Who did? William Lloyd Miller. Is that your father by chance? That's correct. And how long did he operate the business? At that location since 1972. Prior to 1972, where did he operate the business? Glassell, Orange, California. That's a street named Glassell. I'm not sure about the address. How do you spell the street name? I'm not sure. The reporter may want you to guess. Glassel. Who owns the property at 130 North Rancho? Me and my brother. Excuse me. And that will conclude our Q&A practice.